Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about how to make printable Bible verse coloring pages. These are great for using either maybe it's like an opt-in to provide to your readers or some just great freebie things to add to your resource pages on your blog. Or, you can use them in your regular life if you teach Sunday school. These are really great to put your own personal touch on teaching the children. Or if you just want to make some for yourself. I actually made several for myself and printed them out. And then when I have time, I sit down and color them. So let's get started. So we're going to use Canva. And I just want to show you a few that I already made, just to kind of give you an idea of what's possible. And even if you don't have a creative bug in your body, Canva makes it really, really simple for you to create these. And so, of course, today, because I'm wanting to record, this day is going to load fairly slow, but we'll get there. So, although these look really kind of complicated and like, wow, I could never make something like this, I'm going to show you how to do it in a very simple way. And so, you have the floral elements and then different fonts, some that are like block lettering that you can color in, some that are just regular words. And so, I say if you don't have a creative like bug in your body, you could kind of look at others that you find online for maybe some inspiration. All right, so basically you can create these on any size template. I just go with the 8.5 by 11, like the standard paper size. That way they're easy to print out. You don't have to cut them or crop them or anything. So I'm just going to click on this US letter document here. And so if you are using the free version of Canva, you have plenty of clip art and things that you can use. So I actually have the pro version, and I did that so I could upload my own fonts. If you use some of the programs like Creative Market and places like that, if you sign up for their newsletter, they send you like freebies every week, fonts and downloadable graphics and things like that. So I actually am using the premium version. So some of what you see on my screen, you may not have access to if you're on the free version. But you can upload certain things. Okay, so from this blank template, we're going to start over here in Elements and simply just type in flowers. And so mostly what you'll see are the colored ones. If you really scroll through, you'll see these that are just black and white. Now, obviously the black and white ones you can use, right? Of course, if they say free. Now, you can buy some of the ones that you find. Just remember when you buy them, you can only use them for one. So if you're going to make a long list, my advice to you to save money, so let's say you wanted to use this one here, is to put it over here and then keep making new pages, kind of like you saw that I had on mine. It wasn't just one page and then I closed it. I just keep adding new pages because when you purchase it, it's kind of for one use only. I think you have up to 24 hours of use for them. They've changed it twice since I kind of started using them, but this way it's here and you can pay for it. It's on this template and then you can kind of use it again. But the free ones are free. But let me show you really quick on some of these that have color. If you click on them and you see how for this one the color palette popped up here. On ones like this, you could actually change the colors. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just depending on the layout. So that one might work for you. There's other ones you could look at. You have to play around with them to find ones that actually work. Not all of them will, but you might find a really pretty style that you like. So just check it out and see. Like that one you can't change, or that one. So you kind of just have to go through it. So if you click on graphics, it should be all of the ones. You'll see more of the black and white ones. And so get rid of that. Other things, just kind of so that was flowers, butterflies. Can't spell this morning. Same here. Some of these colored butterflies you can change to black and white. You could say swirls, and you'll have all these different types of swirly pictures. Paisley. And so again, these terms I'm using are more for the decorative, but if you were like, I don't know, doing some coloring pages for Sunday school, if you're like a Sunday school teacher, or if you maybe this is your avatar is providing Bible study tools for parents of young children, this would be a perfect way to add to your resource library for them. You could do Noah's Ark. And while most of these are in color and you can't change, well, this one you can. So we could take out all of the color and put that image in there. Or there's this one here, which of course you pay for that one. And then go in and type the different animals. I mean, there's just so many things that you could do. Taking different verses, pulling out a certain word from the verse and seeing if there's some good clip art for that. So we're going to build one just kind of based on flowers today, just so I can show you. So I like this one right here. So I'm just going to kind of pull it over here. And I like to build mine as sort of a border around the edges. And so I like how that sits. So I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to kind of pull it over here. But I want my leaves to be even. So I'm going to flip that, kind of sit it down in here. And if you are doing like an angle, you can actually just click here to see what your angle is. So let's go with like 50, and then we make sure this one is at the same angle. That way they kind of match up as far as where the leaves set and everything. So there's that one, and then we can go through and like this one, kind of just play around, pull them in there. Same thing, I might want to copy that, flip it, and then turn it. So this one was at a 30. And one thing to keep in mind, don't worry about some of these images overlapping each other. I mean, there's plenty of coloring space, so you know it's really okay. They don't have to be exactly, completely perfect. I know oftentimes we get caught up in making everything look exact, and that's just really not necessary. So sometimes you might try one, yeah, it really doesn't work, throw it back over there. What is this one? This one is a jar, so that one's actually really cute, maybe for its own little image. Let's see. No, I don't like that one. So even though this one has like a stem on it, I could actually, if I just wanted to put some of the other pieces at the top. Now you notice this is a kind of a gray, so I'm going to click up here and make that white so it's fully in there, and make sure that is actually black to make sure it's darker. And so you kind of see where I'm going with this. So now with the text, you can actually go through and pull out all of your, kind of all the fonts that are block lettering. We'll go over here because I already have them saved. So we have Lorinda Shadow, Quiet the Thief. I think this is one that I actually uploaded. Rig Solid Bold. There's about 15 to 20 block colorable kind of fonts that you could use. You just kind of have to go through the list and see what you have. Now, if you have the premium version, like I said, you get a ton of free stuff from places like Creative Market, font bundles, and places like that. Go ahead and get those freebies, save them to your computer, and then you can upload all of those fonts into here and then kind of use them. So I'm just going to duplicate this one here for this. So, you know, whatever your Bible verse is, start with one word. You know, pick out your words that you want to be your main words that are maybe colorable or bigger. And then just go down line by line, you know, and you may play around with them to get them in the exact order that you want. And then I like to just put the little verse down here in the bottom so people, you know, who maybe are learning this can also remember the actual verse name. And so just play with it. Again, this doesn't have to be like some perfect masterpiece. You know, when we color these things, we're really just wanting like things to color and make it beautiful. Play around with this. The lines don't have to be even. like I said before, overlapping of some of the images is totally okay. I mean, you might see that in some of these down here. This was a different way approaching doing the vertical lettering of a word and then spelling it out with other letters, other font. So once you're done, and like I said, if you're going to use some images that you actually paid for, I would keep them. You can't print it or share it until you've paid. So just make as many of these pages as you can that you want to use those paid images on. And then you have them here. And then when you save it to your desktop, save it as a PDF. That way it saves as one single file. And so we'll hop over here to mine. And so if you're going to provide this as like an opt-in for your readers, so depending on which mail service you use, so like ConvertKit, when they fill out the form, then they get the go to your email and check confirmation. There's a box that you can add the URL for them to get this, right? So one way is to upload it into your media file on your blog and then get the blog URL for the image. The other way is to upload it to your share drive, like your cloud. I use the Google Cloud. And so when you go over there, and so just in case you don't know how to do that, let me hop over here. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And I like doing it this way, just if I ever wanted to edit the actual file, the URL stays the same. If you upload it into your image library on your blog, then if you make changes to it, you have to upload or share a brand new link for them to access it. So we're going to go find my file here. My products and Optins. I have a folder for all of the things that I actually have links for. And so this is the PDF right here. So if you click on it and then right click and get shareable link, make sure it's on. All right, it's going to give me a hard time today. So now it's on. Copy that link right. Okay, we're going to get this done today. We're going to hit share settings. Now it'll open up. Make sure this says can view and not edit, right? If they can edit it, then they can change it and it'll change your master file. So you just copy this right here, and then you would copy and paste this image into the link that your reader would click on to access this document. And you can share this link anywhere. I mean, you can share it with your readers. You can link to it in your like resource library or wherever you have it. You can share it on Facebook. You can do whatever with it. So again, these are just really great ways to, provide, depending on what your niche is, especially if you are providing resources for parents, maybe for homeschooling or for Bible studies or for things like that. This is an excellent way to get creative and save money too, instead of having to buy these things. Just make them yourself, put your own little touch on them. Or just make them for yourself. If you have a women's Bible study, this would be a great way to like get together, all your ladies get together and everyone print out these and color them, and that could be y'all's gathering and doing the Bible study that way. So you can add these via email. Another thing is, maybe you are, I don't know, running out of things to send your email list. Maybe you just don't have a topic or really something to talk about this week. Just send them an email that says, hey, I've uploaded some new resources to the library. Here's the link. And these would be, subscriber only. So you could have some of these that you make that are opt-ins, like opt into my site and you get these. Or you could just give them to your audience. So, however you want to use them. But this is just a really great way to put your own personal touch and even maybe add some sort of branding to them so people begin to recognize that they belong to your blog name. But other than that, I hope this was helpful and I hope this inspires you to take, your Bible study a little further and be a little more creative with it, but also to kind of think outside the box of what's possible for you to create for your readers. If you have any questions, just drop some comments below and I will talk to you all real soon.